The Los Angeles Conservancy recognizes the Gabrielino Tongva as the past, present, and future caretakers of the land, water, and cultural resources in the unceded territory of Los Angeles.
Privilege of serving as the President and CEO for the Los Angeles Conservancy. Welcome to the Ebell. Now more than ever, I think we all need to celebrate, take a victory lap, and celebrate all the good work that's happening in preservation across Los Angeles, especially in preservation. So get ready to clap and hear some good stories and hopefully be inspired in terms of the work that we're doing. So tonight, it's all about you. It's always about you, to be honest. It's about your hard work. It's about your dedication. It's about your vision to honor the heritage of Los Angeles and the extraordinary historic spaces and places. You ensure that not only are they preserved, but they're reimagined and continued for new uses or the old use, adding another meaningful layer to their story. And really, there is no better place to celebrate than this place here, the Ebell. It's a place that itself tells a story of legacy, resilience, and the lasting impact and power of women, especially women in preservation. Yes, exactly. The Ebell story directly connects to our LA Historic Women's Landmarks Project. LA Women's Landmarks Project is a partnership with the National Trust for Historic Preservation, celebrating and fully acknowledging the countless women whose impact continue to shape Los Angeles' architectural and cultural landscape. And so a huge shout out and thanks to our friends at the Ebell for hosting us today. Now, some of you know this annual celebration is referred to by some people, not all people, but some people as Preservation Prom, where we all dress up, we gather, we get together, and we give out awards. While we will not be crowning a king and queen today, as with all great proms, there are themes. So just to let you know, we considered some. Two we considered but ultimately rejected were the can't stop, won't stop designating, and then the classic, you had me a contributing resource. So sadly they did not make the cut. But we love puns and zingers, so that's part of what we do. And prom themes aside, the 2026 Preservation Award recipients remind us that preservation isn't just about bricks, mortar, or meticulous rehabilitation. It's ultimately about people and about creating change for and with communities. At the Conservancy, we say this often. Our work, honestly, all of our work, is about people and places. From moving at-risk houses to safety for families displaced by fires, to restoring schools, libraries, and landmarks that anchor neighborhoods. These projects show that not only saving places, save places for saving places, it can also provide safety, stability, and hope. And while I would love to take the credit for selecting all the wonderful projects that we're going to honor today, I cannot do that. Each winner was selected by a jury of professionals in architecture, preservation, and community development. And so we'd like to acknowledge our jury for the 2026 Preservation Awards. Our jury chair is John Barari. And our other juries, feel free. Spontaneous applause is always welcome. And our other jurors are Amy Bodek, Lauren Johnson, Sonia Colorado, and R. Stephen Lewis. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for serving on the jury. And thank you for selecting such wonderful projects. ones we honor tonight don't happen on their own. They take passion, dedication, and a community that stands behind them every step of the way, much like this very program tonight. Your work and your support make it possible for us to spotlight preservation excellence across Los Angeles. And I'm especially thrilled to share that your generosity helped us not only meet, but exceed our fundraising goals for tonight. So yes, this allows us to continue our vital work at the Conservancy, so I thank you all for that, especially to the many sponsors and those that brought tickets. You really make our job possible, and for us to be able to continue to preserve places and to advocate and educate about historic places across LA County. We're also especially deeply grateful to our presenting sponsor, Bank of California, for their continued partnership and belief in our mission. It is my great pleasure, it is my great pleasure to introduce Dante Guarni, Vice President and Relationship Manager in Media and Entertainment Group at Bank of California, and also a proud member of the Conservancy's Board of Directors. So welcome, Dante.
Thank you, Adrian. Hello, everyone. It's great to be back at the Conservancy's Preservation Awards. I'm Dante Guarneri, Senior Vice President and Relationship Manager in Bank of California's Media and Entertainment Group, and proudly serve as a Conservancy board member. We at Bank of California are thrilled to return as the presenting sponsor of today's program, celebrating the places, stories, and communities that make Los Angeles so extraordinary. At Bank of California, we not only believe in investing in people, growth, and sustainability, but in legacy. We believe that the strongest communities are built when we honor where we come from, while thoughtfully shaping where we're going. That's why we're proud to support the visionaries, advocates, and Angelenos who work tirelessly to keep Los Angeles connected to its roots. Your dedication ensures that culture, history, and LA's unique identity are carried forward in meaningful and lasting ways. Today, we celebrate you. Through your remarkable work, you've shown that preservation and progress don't just go hand in hand, they strengthen each other. You remind us that investing in our history is one of the most powerful ways to build a better tomorrow. Thank you for the work that you do, and the places, stories, and legacies you safeguard. It's our privilege to celebrate you today. On behalf of Bank of California, congratulations.
So standing here today, we're feeling a lot of gratitude for everyone who shares our passion and has stood and continues to stand with us in preservation advocacy. As many of you know, in October of last year, the Conservancy and the world lost a giant, a fierce preservation advocate, a true original, of singular talent, our longest serving board member of the Conservancy, and our friend, Diane Keaton. Tonight, we pause, yes, please stay for Diane. Tonight we pause to honor, celebrate, and pay tribute to the one, the only, Diane Keaton. In the fall of 2025, we lost someone truly remarkable, Diane Keaton. While the public knew her primarily for her effortless wit and charm on the screen, Diane was equally passionate when it came to saving historic places and understanding how they tell the story of LA's evolving identity.
One of the great honors of my life was I got to be a producer on a little film called 5 Flights Up with the great Diane Keaton and Morgan Freeman. I was first introduced to Diane in a quite magical way. I'm a lifelong film buff. I think like a lot of us, I grew up with Annie Hall. I might have gone through an Annie Hall wearing vest phase myself. I just always was a huge fan. And I'm a TV and film producer, and I had found this lovely script about kind of an older relationship. And at the time I was running development and working for Morgan Freeman's company. And he'd never done a love story, which I thought was kind of crazy. Morgan's finally gonna do a romantic film where he gets a super lady. It should be Diane Keaton. People who say don't meet your heroes never met Diane Keaton. Singular, special, witty, funny, passionate, huge advocate and supporter of people, from the PAs on the set up to us producers.
Diane's work in preservation began with her affinity for historic houses. She lovingly restored several homes, including the stunning Samuel Navarro home in Los Feliz. As her enthusiasm for preservation grew, Diane crossed paths with the LA Conservancy's work and became a member in 2001. A fireball of ideas and energy, Diane quickly put her passion to work by joining our board of directors. Over nearly 2 decades of service, Diane championed some of the Conservancy's most challenging advocacy campaigns. She never hesitated to lend her name, her home, and her heart to the cause and to bring greater visibility to our work.
I'd been a member of the Conservancy since the 90s, and her advocacy for the mission of the LA Conservancy really moved me. I vividly remember the news coverage about the ambassador.
Like many of us who advocate for preservation in Los Angeles, Diane also experienced a heartbreak that sometimes comes with loving old buildings. From 2001 to 2005, Diane poured her heart and energy into the effort to save the Ambassador Hotel. But even the fiercest advocacy couldn't stop the wrecking ball. When the Ambassador Hotel fell in 2005, Diane likened the loss to losing a lover.
It was almost as if she was saying to me, goodbye, Diane. Keep me in your heart, and next time try harder. Don't let my loss guide you into the passive arms of apathy. Stay vigilant, be brave, fight harder. And you know something? I will. I am. I will.
Diane's resolve only deepened, turning her disappointment into determination.
Studying Diane's example. I mean, this is someone who was globe-trotting, making incredible work with incredible artists all over the world, always found time to come back to LA, always had time for advocacy and for the Conservancy. And I think her model of what it looks like, that you can have a lot of plates spinning, but that what's really important is place and history. It's a lot easier to save things because of the LA Conservancy, and I think she was so proud of that. And so I think learn from her example, learn how she used her celebrity in all the right ways when it was needed, to kind of add her light, so to speak, to the sum of light. And it takes kind of that village to get behind something. She would challenge us to do more.
For us at the Conservancy, Diane Keaton was never simply a board member. She was an unstoppable force, a cheerleader for preservation, and a part of our family and story. While her unforgettable characters showed us heartbreak and love, it was her passion, humor, and heart that have left an indelible mark on Los Angeles. Thank you, Diane, for sharing your love for historic places with us and the world.
There will never be another Diane, but her legacy reminds us to celebrate and honor those people that make a difference, who despite the odds and challenges, keep the places we love, now and for generations to come. The ones who show up, don't take no for an answer, support one another, and make moments like this possible, people like you. And I would be remiss not to recognize 3 remarkable people joining us tonight, each forever a part of the Conservancy family. Our founding board president, Margaret Bach, our longest serving leader, Linda Dishman, and our first ever executive director, Ruth Ann Lair. Ruth Ann will be honored next month with a Lifetime Achievement Award from the California Preservation Foundation, and much deserved. Now, please welcome our chair of the board, Kelly Sutherland McLeod, to kick off our awards presentation and introduce our chair award. Thank you.
I am chair of the board of directors of the Los Angeles Conservancy, and it is my honor to present the chair award. This is the Conservancy's Preservation Award's highest distinction, recognizing exceptional achievements in historic preservation that strengthen and inspire our communities. After the devastating Palisades and Eaton fires last year, Angelenos once again found light in the ashes. Out of necessity came innovation, and what emerged is truly remarkable. A triple win for people, places, and Older homes, once threatened with demolition, have been given new life, physically relocated to help rebuild fire-impacted neighborhoods faster, more affordably, and more sustainably than starting anew. Please join me in celebrating the 2026 Chair Award recipient, the Historic House Relocation Project, an extraordinary effort led by Omni-Giving Architecture and Morgan Sykes J. Bush. Please enjoy the video presentation showcasing all of our outstanding projects, and congratulations to all the recipients.
Chair Award, Historic House Relocation Project. In January 2025, Los Angeles County was forever changed. The loss and devastation caused by the Eaton and Palisades wildfires was historic in the worst possible way. For many survivors, rebuilding options feel overwhelming. Recovery isn't just about rebuilding. It is about restoration of memory, of community, of belonging, and of place. Architects, preservationists, and community advocates began to ask, could recovery also preserve our past? Enter the Historic House Relocation Project, a first-of-its-kind initiative that pairs families rebuilding their lives with older at-risk homes in need of new sites and foundations. Launched by the architecture and preservation firm Omni-Giving, the initiative tackles two persistent challenges in Los Angeles. Every year, countless solid older homes are demolished as neighborhoods change. At the same time, communities affected by the fires are searching for ways to rebuild that respect the history and identity of their neighborhoods.
I was doom scrolling, as we all do, I think, but especially post-fire. I just saw the house, and it was a beautiful craftsman, and I just sort of all of a sudden had the epiphany, like, that would be a good option for us. It felt like a potential lifeline.
But we didn't know how to move a house.
We didn't know how to do it.
Los Angeles has a storied history of moving houses. Yet, in modern times, the practice has been exceedingly rare, largely because there is so little available land left to move houses onto. Working alongside house movers, structural engineers, and community advocates, the project was launched as a scalable model to save older houses while helping families rebuild.
We're connecting with the families, connecting them together, helping broker the deal with the property owner so that we can purchase the house for $1.
The project is the brainchild of LA-based architect Morgan Sykes J. Bush.
We're organizing all the construction crews to get the house out there and permitting the new foundation, plus any renovation that we want to do to the house.
Instead of being needlessly lost, these houses are carefully moved, rehabilitated, and reused as homes for displaced residents. Brad Chambers played a key role in the project's early relocations, drawing on his experience with moving historic homes.
And we met Brad and saw that it was possible. Then we met Morgan. And
Morgan was able to create the pathway. Logistically, permitting-wise, that was really scary. We didn't know LA County would even let us do it. And so Morgan and the team at Omni-Giving, gave us the structure to work within and made it happen. And I remember the early meetings really wanting a policy pathway for other families. It's like, if we're gonna do this, it's gotta be useful for all of Altadena, because we were just in the depths. And I was like, if we could make this more affordable for other people, that is what I want. And Morgan was on board with it being a larger project.
Early moves have proved just how successful this concept can be. A 1911 Craftsman bungalow was moved from Hollywood to Altadena for Evan and Caitlin Chambers. Another house, the 1910 Alice Blackburn residence, itself previously relocated in 1948, has now made its second journey to Altadena for Jacques Laramie and Gwen Sukina. Meanwhile, the 1926 Pink Tudor-style Martinez residence, lovingly referred to as Pinky, was relocated to Altadena for David and Lauren Martinez.
people are constantly coming to our house and asking, if we leave the gate open on Sunday, all we do is give tours to random people all day long.
Yeah.
So I tell them about it and then try to at least get the project going. You know, sometimes I'm the interface between them and Morgan or an Omgivning, and that's been important to me because I just want it to go smoothly for people.
The Historic House Relocation Project proves that when disaster strikes, preservation doesn't just respond, it innovates. Born from the ashes of catastrophe, this creative effort moves more than timber and tile. It moves the needle in what community recovery can look like, while offering a forward-thinking model for resilience, reuse, and housing. And from the looks of it, the Historic House Relocation Project isn't about to slow down, because in Los Angeles, when the smoke clears, the history doesn't just vanish, it shows up on a flatbed truck, waves to the neighbors, and keeps on rolling to its new home. Charlotte and Robert Disney Bungalow. When you wish upon a star, you might just land upon a 1914 Craftsman bungalow that has been lovingly restored by the Disney family. In Los Feliz, the Charlotte and Robert Disney Bungalow is an important residential property notable for its early association with Walt Disney and the founding of what is now the Walt Disney Company. At 21, Walt packed up his dreams, left Kansas City for Los Angeles.
He came out on a train, $40, suitcase, to come and see his brother because his brother Roy was in the vet hospital with TB. Over those months, he was kind of trying to get whatever work he could. His uncle Robert suggested to him, well, what about that animation thing you were doing? So then he made the offer to rent the garage from him behind the house he offered $5 a month, and it's alleged that there was no money ever exchanged.
Walt moved into the bungalow and used the small garage behind the house as his workspace, where he cranked out his first animation project in Los Angeles. The humble garage soon became the home of the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio, the seat of what would grow into the Walt Disney Company. Walt never strayed far, living and working within a couple of miles of his LA beginnings. The house remained in the Disney family for more than 3 decades before changing hands after his uncle's passing. With time, memories faded. In 1984, the fabled garage was purchased by a fan and relocated to a museum in Garden Grove. In 2016, a demolition permit was filed for the bungalow, reigniting public fascination and outcry. The city of Los Angeles secured historic cultural monument status for the bungalow, which the Disney family repurchased in 2017 to restore its original charm.
You know, wanting to preserve the originality of the house, how it would have been back when great-grandpa was living there. People love the history of the company and wanting to see where it started and that it all started from some modest little place.
The exterior was returned to its original look, including a porch entrance once used by Charlotte to welcome her piano students. Inside, where decades of renovations had altered the home's character, the team turned to oral histories and examined physical witness marks to guide restoration. Original woodwork was uncovered and restored, period-appropriate wallpaper was installed, and a former breakfast nook and side porch door were reinstated. The garage that started it all was carefully reconstructed using exact measurements from the original garage located in Garden Grove. With modern upgrades of systems needed, sustainability was an important component of the project, and the home ultimately achieved a nearly 60% increase in energy efficiency.
Multiple times during the week, I see people walking up, taking pictures and posing in front of the house where he started the Walt Disney Company, and to then now what it is today just speaks miles to the kind of person that him and his brother were. It's pretty inspirational to come from nothing and do all that. And to be able to call him my great-grandfather is an extreme honor.
By restoring the little bungalow that sparked a big dream, this project proves that preservation, like all great Disney tales, starts with imagination and ends with a happy place. Because all you need is faith, trust, a little bit of sawdust, and maybe a talking mouse with a tool belt. El Paradiso. In the hills above Studio City sits a modernist house that is the only remaining residence of its kind, an all-aluminum framed home. Built in 1964, El Paradiso, also known as the Grossman House, was designed by pioneering modernist architect Rafael Soriano for Albert Grossman, an aluminum manufacturer and contractor. The pair bonded over their shared interest in using aluminum as a building material. The metal was cheap, lightweight, and more corrosion-resistant than steel. From the outset, the Grossmans helped shape the home's distinctive design, with Albert Grossman supplying aluminum panels manufactured by his own company, dubbing it El Paradiso for its minimal upkeep. The Grossmans lived in the home for over 50 years before selling it in 2016. The next owners lasted just 5 years, finding the minimalist design less like paradise and more like a puzzle, putting it back on the market in 2021 and opening the doors for its next and current steward.
One of my best friends is an architect, and I invited her to come with me to look at the house without any intention of buying it. It had been on the market for a long time because I think it was so challenging to restore. And walking down, I just spied the corner of it. It has this like beautiful aluminum panel surrounding it and this like copper verdigris panel. And I was just struck by how beautiful the house was and how modest and kind of unrevealing it was from the street. I could just sense that I was in for something special.
The home was remarkably intact. Instead of traditional walls, Soriano designed the space with floating cabinet units made of micarta. The cabinets came in bold colors and acted as furniture pieces and storage units. The project team worked carefully to restore the property to its ideal state, allowing the home's California modernist design and character to fully re-emerge. And as renovations on the primary bathroom began, a moment of serendipity.
I was very averse to taking out anything that was original. The Jack and Jill bathroom has this kind of crazy resin all-in-one tub shower combo with this molded faucet that's made out of resin, and it's really wonderful. And the master bathroom had one similar. The only problem with that one was that like the toilet was facing the bedroom and the yards. If you were actually using the toilet, everyone could see you. And it was also very damaged and cracked and all of this. So I was like, let's take it out and see, what we can do there. And when they pulled it out, they found, unbeknownst to everyone, the original Roman tub that was hidden under this resin one. My contractor was like, what should we do with this? I was like, Eureka, keep it, It was exactly what I had imagined designing. We just had to re-terrazzo that because it was quite damaged, and we were able to keep the existing gorgeous terrazzo tub that had always been there.
The careful restoration of this home breathes new life into a place that was designed for creativity, community, and everyday living.
A house is a work of art, and this is art that's irreplaceable. It speaks to a time, it informs how we live now. It should be completely treasured and shared. Grossman was very generous in sharing the house for different things. I love in all the clippings how proud he is of the house. Their Christmas card was a rendering of their house. I love the world knowing that this piece of art exists. We should, really take care of it and preserve it.
Soriano's El Paradiso transformed an aluminum contractor's home into a modernist marvel. Its meticulous restoration makes it shine aluminue again and reminds us that at El Paradiso, every day really is paradise. Stanley Burks. Along Van Nuys Boulevard in Sherman Oaks stands a building that captures the spirit of Los Angeles' post-war car culture. In 1958, a futuristic coffee shop called Stanley Burks opened its doors, welcoming drivers, families, and late-night diners. The restaurant was designed by architects Arme and Davis in an iconic Googie style. Inside, designer Helen Lu Fong, a pioneering Chinese-American architect, created a lively interior with booths, counters, and a kitchen that made the restaurant feel like the center of the community. Decades passed. The restaurant changed names. Time nearly wrote the building's final chapter. Then a national restaurant brand stepped in with a bold and rare vision to revive what was already there, a restoration.
Chick-fil-A was interested in this location and saw how interesting the building was and what it meant to the community, and so we decided to partner and restore the building. It was a restaurant to begin with, and it was sort of the living room and community hub of Sherman Oaks. As we were learning more, we were like, okay, this is a building where it would be amazing to have another restaurant in here again and let the community have its living room back again.
With the guidance of architect, historian, and Googie expert Alan Hess, alongside community members and the Los Angeles Conservancy, the project team leaned into the building's origin story. Using R. May and Davis's 1950s drawings, the team carefully repaired the structure with precision. The dramatic roofline was restored, stone walls were rebuilt piece by piece, and the large glass windows were brought back to reconnect the restaurant with the street outside.
Alan has showed us this image of a photo of the restaurant, and this is one of the only photos we have of the interior of Stanley Burke's, and so we were like using that as like our North Star of like, okay, like analyzing every single detail of that photo. The most notable one is the zigzag booth. We made new zigzag booths to put in the same place where it was originally, even down to like the details of the pleating.
And the distinctive two-tone tile wall, long hidden, now curves confidently again. Even the new neon sign was recreated to match the 1958 design. What emerged wasn't a replica, it was a tribute.
Being able to restore Helen Fong's work has been just like, I think probably one of the most enriching architectural projects I got to work on in my career. So I was doing more research on her and I was like, oh, she's like a Chinese American designer. And I was like, wait, I'm a Chinese American designer, you know? And it just felt so serendipitous. And then to be able to think about, you know, she was at the forefront of female architects at the time, and to think that she paved probably a lot of the brickwork that I now get to walk on was just like so special.
This project approached Stanley Burke's transformation into a national franchise with uncommon care, balancing progress with authenticity.
Buildings are amazing because they are a combination of like so many people to make something like that happen. It's like kind of indescribable. It's like a miracle when these buildings come up because you're like, wow, all the thoughts and hands that had to go into it for it to look like this is incredible.
Thanks to this project, this Valley original lives on. And yes, in addition to its mid-century Googie swagger, it now comes with a side of waffle fries. Little Tokyo Towers. The Little Tokyo Historic District in downtown Los Angeles is a vibrant cultural neighborhood. One of only 3 remaining Japan towns in the US, Little Tokyo is home to over 400 small businesses, including nearly 50 legacy businesses. In this thriving, multi-generational community, Little Tokyo Towers stand tall as a critical community resource. Since 1975, Little Tokyo Towers have been an essential lifeline in LA's senior affordable housing network. Born from the efforts of 4 community organizations, the Southern California Gardeners Federation, the Japanese American Citizens League Pacific Southwest District, the Japanese Christian Church Federation, and the Los Angeles Buddhist Temple Federation, the Little Tokyo Towers embody a shared commitment to keep elders rooted in the cultural and social fabric of the community. For more than 50 years, their vision has ensured seniors can continue to call this tight-knit community home. The City of Los Angeles' 2018 seismic retrofit mandate offered both a challenge and an opportunity for Little Tokyo Towers to meet new safety standards while revitalizing the building's aging systems and modernizing it for today's and tomorrow's residents.
Started out with the seismic retrofit because that sort of started everything. We're able to develop a plan where the seismic retrofitting was visually very minimal. Unlike other retrofits where you can see a lot of the work externally, internally, taking up a lot of living space inside, every unit was pretty much outdated. This 70s units, you know, it's all kind of cubicled and closed off. It created a design to open up all the spaces.
Rooted in preservation, the goal was not to change the fundamental character or mission of the building, but to safeguard it, improve it, and preserve a community resource so its elders can continue living there comfortably and safely. Communal amenities were thoughtfully updated to enhance residents' everyday life and honoring Japanese heritage and culture. As part of the rehabilitation project, 55 additional years of affordability were secured to prevent this vital senior housing from converting to market rate housing. The project also spurred the creation of the Little Tokyo Towers Community Foundation to steward 50 years of equity proceeds from the building back into the community.
The Little Tokyo Towers is a really, really important in the project itself because it's a testament and a monument to the hard work and dedication that our parents put into this community. Starting with nothing and building this beautiful structure for the benefit of our elders, I think was really significant and very important to the history of our community. It's our duty to preserve it because of the hard work prior generations have put into this.
Thanks to the thoughtful revival of this long-standing community landmark and its financial benefit to the larger community, Little Tokyo Towers continues to offer a safe and affordable haven for its elders, proof that even cold, hard concrete can have a warm, welcoming heart. El Rodeo Elementary School. Since opening in 1927, El Rodeo Elementary School has been more than a place to learn. It's been the heart of a neighborhood. Designed by prominent Los Angeles architect John C. Austin, El Rodeo marked the early growth of Beverly Hills Unified School District. In true Spanish Renaissance Revival style, the campus centers its signature feature, a gorgeous tower rising at the juncture of two wings. Nearly a century later, El Rodeo faced challenges familiar to many historic schools: seismic vulnerabilities and aging systems in need of renewal. Rather than replacing the historic buildings, the school district launched a plan to strengthen the campus while preserving its soul.
El Rodeo School is a voluntary seismic retrofit project and historic rehabilitation of a 118,000 square foot 5-unit building. Essentially a complete interior modernization. Every square foot of the interior was touched. Every square foot of the exterior was touched. The scope of work for El Rodeo was actually really limited when it started. But then as we started getting into it and started realizing how those voluntary seismic improvements were impacting the character-defining features of this historic building, the scope of work just started escalating. And it wasn't until the community passed an additional bond, which was Measure BH, the district was able to say, like, we have to do it right, and we have to do all of it. It started from a really small scope of work to touching every square foot of that campus.
From the start, preservation shaped every decision. Each historic feature impacted was carefully studied to see whether it could be preserved, protected, or restored, or if necessary, precisely replicated.
The tower it's so iconic. First walk up towards El Rodeo School, the first thing you see is this beautiful, gorgeous tower. So one of the issues with the tower was water penetrated through the tile, through the plaster, and into the structural supports. So when you actually climbed into the dome itself, that whole system was rusted and decomposing, like it was literally flaking and falling apart. Unfortunately, our structural engineer just said this steel has to be replaced. What was really intimidating is having to reverse engineer that dome to make sure that the shape, the radius, the tile work, everything looked as if it was untouched.
This project transformed the campus to meet modern standards, improve safety systems, and increase accessibility while preserving its historic character. Community involvement was integral throughout. Thanks to the school's ongoing partnership under the Joint Powers Agreement, the community continues to enjoy shared access to campus, including the auditorium, dining hall, and new playfields.
This ribbon cutting at El Rodeo was unlike any ribbon cutting I've ever been a part of. The amount of people that showed up that day, it was mind-blowing. The excitement was palpable. The pride that they have in their schools, it showed. And even the students, they were so excited about being in that building. It was incredible.
Today, El Rodeo Elementary still greets new generations of students under its show-stopping tower. Navigating the fine line between old school charm and new school safety isn't easy. But thanks to this historic rehabilitation project, El Rodeo didn't just ace this formidable test, it graduated summa cum structure. UCLA Powell Library. UCLA, Southern California's largest public university, defines Bruin identity through its historic core, a landmark district of grand brick buildings and lush quadrangles. Its Romanesque revival architecture, immortalized in both film and pop culture, feels instantly familiar. Built between 1927 and 1929, UCLA's Powell Library was the first of 4 original buildings that formed the heart of the Westwood campus and exemplifies early 20th century academic architecture. A campus icon, Powell Library has long served both as a center of scholarship and as a sanctuary for students.
Powell Library it's really the living room of campus. It's a place where students come to study, to have lunch, to take a nap. So it really represents a place, I think, where students feel comfortable. What we're trying to do is just really create a safe space so that our next generation of young minds can flourish.
In 2019, the university was tasked with completing a comprehensive seismic retrofit of the beloved library. As one of the most visited and utilized buildings on campus, keeping Powell open during rehabilitation was essential. Through a remarkable feat, the library never closed.
First of all, we could not have done any of this without the support of the library staff. When we started the project, we need staging space and we need space for the contractor to work. And they said, we can't give you any. So we said, okay, we'll take that. Let us come back to you. We'll find a solution. So we came back with this idea of building a ship in a bottle, which was essentially, we weren't allowed to use space on the outside. We weren't allowed to use space on the inside. We had to do everything within the confines of the reading room.
The construction demanded exceptional care to protect the library's historic resources. One of the most delicate tasks involved the reading room's historic ceiling panels. All 447 panels were meticulously cataloged, removed, and stored for reinstallation. UCLA Powell Library has served as a point of pride in many Angelenos' lives. This was made apparent throughout the project, as community support was offered and highly skilled artisans provided best-in-class craftsmanship.
The project shows that seismic upgrades can be done without compromising historic architecture. The goal of this project, and was really the motto of the team, was if we do this work and people come and look at it and they can't tell that we were there, that's the real success of the project.
The library's seismic retrofit and historic rehabilitation didn't just brace the walls, it fortified a legacy for future generations. Preserved to perfection, Powell Library remains the only place on campus where both the building's structure and students pull all-nighters. USC Dick Wolf Drama Center. In the criminal justice system of design, adaptive reuse always gets its conviction and is represented by 2 equally important forces, preservation and performance. Together, they tell this story. On the northern edge of the University of Southern California's campus sits a historic 1931 church building that has been adaptively reused for the School of Dramatic Arts. It goes by the name of Dick Wolf Drama Center. The United University Church was designed by architect C. Raymond Johnson, alumnus and former lecturer at USC School of Architecture. The church was constructed of brick, terracotta, and decorative concrete.
The church operated as a space of worship for a mixed congregation of Methodist and Presbyterian worshipers, but the university also used it for things like yoga classes. It also had psychological services for the university. The Thornton School of Music stored its sheet music there. So it served so many uses for the campus as it sort of grew up around the building.
By 2015, the Presbyterian and Methodist ministries could no longer support the church, and the university acquired it.
It worked out really well for the School of Dramatic Arts because we actually were housed before this in a locker room that was constructed for the 1984 Olympics. So we needed a new home. It was really in the athletics part of campus. So when it was offered to us to do an adaptive reuse project and make it our new headquarters, we were absolutely thrilled.
The adaptive reuse of the church carefully balanced preserving its historic character with modernization for students' needs. The historic chapel, with its dramatic arches and stunning stained glass, was transformed into the Sanctuary Theater, a flexible performance venue that can host a wide range of productions while preserving all of its historic features and character.
In many ways, the dramatic arts, the theater, is one of the oldest acts of preservation that human beings know. We take ancient stories and we breathe new life into them for the present moment to make them relevant to today's generations. So it was so natural to take this almost 100-year-old building and turn it into a space for storytelling.
The building required a full seismic upgrade along with modern electrical, mechanical, and plumbing systems. These improvements prioritize sustainability, making it the first LEED Platinum building on USC's campus.
Preservation and adaptive reuse means choosing to reimagine rather than demolish. A building like this is not a relic, it still has stories to tell.
Today, the former United University Church has been spectacularly recast as the Dick Wolf Drama Center. The curtain is lifted on a new era, uniting USC's scattered performing arts programs under one historic roof. The School of Dramatic Arts needed a setting worthy of its talent, and this storied and dramatic building not only got a callback, but booked the starring role of a lifetime. The Union on Gary. In downtown Pomona, a landmark on Gary Avenue has started a new chapter. When it opened in 1922, the Pomona YMCA quickly became part of the city's civic life. Designed in the Italian Renaissance Revival style by local architect Robert Orr, the building was the result of a community effort. 11 years earlier, the Grand Hotel Palomares that sat on the same block was destroyed in a devastating fire, and Pomona looked to build a new community anchor. Residents and civic leaders raised funds to construct a first-class YMCA that would serve the growing city and provide programs for youth and families and memorialize World War I veterans. Generations of Pomonans have passed through its doors. As the years passed and community needs changed, the YMCA eventually relocated and the building sat vacant for more than a decade. Once a symbol of civic pride, it had fallen into serious disrepair, and any plan for rehabilitation would not be simple.
This is a faith journey for me. I used to live in Claremont, and literally I had a dream. And in the dream, I just had a thought of, let's move to Pomona. We moved over and purchased the old YMCA. That building had been vacant for about 13 years, but there's a lot of history there. It's a national landmark. And so we looked at that and thought, what can we do with this to help transform this city?
Over 60 years of remodeling and neglect had left the building altered and damaged. Intrusions from the 1960s, like suspended ceilings, infilled lobbies, and insensitive mechanical systems, were removed, revealing hidden features like the original mosaic floors.
One thing that we uncovered when we went into the lobby, there was a beautiful balustrade, but it was covered in drywall. And it has the symbol, which is like a triangle of the YMCA, body, mind, and spirit. It's absolutely beautiful.
The building's historic assembly areas, lobbies, corridors, and large public rooms lent themselves naturally to new uses. The dorm-style rooms on the upper floors were adapted into offices for nonprofits and small businesses.
We were able to get historic tax credits, which really helped. And then we also got new market tax credits. So those tax credits really helped us do something that allowed us to get the project built in budget and make it work. Otherwise, it would have been very, very difficult.
Today, the Union on Gary serves the community once again. The building has returned to its historic role as a gathering place.
I just love people coming into the building and go, you know, my grandfather used to swim here. When I was 10 years old, I played basketball in the gym over there. A lot of people that grew up here, they really connect to this building, the YMCA.
Built and adapted by the community for the community. Proof that teamwork builds strong foundations and that the Union on Gary puts the re in rehab and the fun back in function.
Let's give all of our winners a huge round of applause. Very well deserved. Only in Los Angeles could a house decide to go on a road trip. From houses literally on the move to a church that swapped hymns for rehearsals, this year's award winners show that preservation here isn't just about saving buildings, it's about giving them and us new adventures. So for all of our award-winning teams, please, house lights up, please stand up so we can properly acknowledge and thank you. Please stand. There are many of you, which is wonderful to have you here tonight. I want to thank our board, our staff team that puts together this amazing video. I also want to thank our volunteers, everyone that helps support the Conservancy, the work that we do in preservation in Los Angeles County and keeping it alive and well. So thank you for everything that you do. It's the good time now. It's time to celebrate. We've got drinks and food. It's Preservation Prom. So head on out into the courtyard and thank you for being here and supporting the work of the preservation and the Conservancy. Thank you, everyone.